All right, we're going to go ahead and take notes over 704. So if you have those, get those out. Otherwise, get some paper, or I guess listen carefully. All right, so this is day 2 of experimental probability. Remember, experimental probability is how many times did the event occur during the experiment out of how many times you did it. So here's an example you have. You can look at it. We're going to go ahead and go to the next one. Okay. So this one says predict the number of green marbles in the bag. So if we look at how many green there are, we have 12. So we have 12 green out of, and then remember we did the experiment 30 times. And I'm predicting back here the bag has 50 marbles. So we're predicting how many green there are in the bag. If the bag has 50, we put 50 on the bottom, and we're going to try to predict how many green ones there are. So now you just do your cross products. You go 12 times 50 and divide it by 30. And our prediction would be 20. So we would predict that there would be 20 green marbles in the bag based off of our experiment. So pick the number of black marbles in the bag. Now, I do not see any black marbles that we picked, so we would say there was 0 out of 30. So our prediction would be 0 out of 50. So we are predicting that there are no black marbles. Now, we could be wrong. That's based off of our experiment. All right, let's turn the page. So an inspector, Ethan, randomly selects 200 pairs of jeans, and he finds out that 5 of them are defective. About how many pairs of jeans do you expect to be defective out of 5,000? So if there are 5 out of 200, how many would that be out of 5,000? So we would then do our cross products on that one. So 5,000 times 5, and then divide that by 200. We end up with 125 that would be defective. All right. Now Jessica, she found 3 defective jeans out of 100. So how many would you expect that to be out of 5,000? So if we do our cross products on this one, 5,000 times 3 divided by 100, we would say that would be about 150 defective. And a lot of times companies, if their percentage is too high of defective, they'll just throw out the whole batch. Let's try again. All right, let's turn the page to the next one. So this one shows the theoretical probability of winning a bobblehead when spinning the prize wheel is 1 out of 6. The wheel has 18 sections. So how many sections have a bobblehead as a prize? So they said 1 out of 6 equals 1 out of 18. So when you do your cross products, they ended up getting 3. So then it says the prize wheel is spun 540 times. How many bobbleheads are you expected to win? So I would have done this. 1 out of 6 equals what out of 540? And if you do your cross products, you get 90. So you'd expect 90 people to win. Alright. Contestants randomly draw a ticket from a hat and replace it. The table shows the results after 40 draws. There are 7 winning tickets in the hat. Predict the total number of tickets in the hat. This one's a little different. So we know that they did the experiment 40 times. And we want to, let's see, winning tickets. So I would say there are 7 winning tickets. So 7 out of, and we don't know the total. And according to their experiment, they got 2 winning tickets out of 40 turns. So we would set it up like this. So now we do our cross products. 7 times 40 divided by 2. And you would predict that there would be 140 total tickets if there were 7 winning tickets there. Okay? And let's look at the last page. There are 8 females and 10 males in a class. What is the theoretical probability that you randomly choose a student that is female? So there are 8 female students out of how many total? 8 plus 10 is 18. So that's 8 out of 18, which would simplify to 4 out of 9. And that is a percent. Repeated 4, that's about 44%. If you round to the nearest percent. Now it says 1 week later, there are 27 students in the class. The theoretical probability that a randomly chosen student is female is the same as last week. So how many males joined the class? So if we know that there were 8 out of 18, and we can figure out how many then would that be out of 27. So this would give us the number of females. So 27 times 8 divided by 18, that means there are 12 girls. So if we have 12 girls, we will go, there's 27 students minus the 12 girls. That means there are 15 boys. And let's see, there were 10 boys. So 15 minus the original 10, that means there are 5 new boys. Probably a quicker way to do it, but that's the way I did it. All right, so go ahead and get started on your homework.